God's army's coming. You better get ready. We gonna take the land. Take the land.
Alright, so, like, on there, what were some of the questions that they asked you?
Okay, one of the questions was asked was, what is the difference between, why is secular music so dominant on the radio than Christian music? The reason I told them I had to get kind of in depth with people about SoundScan. SoundScan is the tool, the mechanism that counts sales of records. So what it does is, if you sell like 10,000 copies in a week, SoundScan counts that 10,000, and then they tell Billboard what you counted, and then Billboard reports it, and then what the radio does, they see who's hot, who's selling, and that's how they play the music. They say, okay, this is what the people want, so they give the people what they want. If they selling, we gonna play it. So this is what we as Christians got to do. We got to come together. We got to support our Christian artists, put some money in they thing, and you have to support the Christian artists. So maybe you'll hear more Christian artists on the radio. Maybe we don't have to fight to try to get on the radio show. I mean, if we saying Jesus Christ, why we got to fight? I mean, we got to get, mobile with our capital. Our capital has a shofar, so it says, put your money where your mouth is. You know, in God we trust. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that, which I thought was interesting, like, when you, they asked you about what you felt about the ambassador and the truth. How do you feel about when people ask other artists about how they feel about what happened with someone else?
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to be honest. If I would have knew what happened to the ambassador and the truth, now, ambassador put out a little thing, so I kind of knew about it because he told me.
Okay.
But I just talked to him, so we had prayed on him and everything, man. That cat, he was cool with me. So, you know, he made a mistake, and, you know, he went on about his business. He's still God's child.
Right.
So what happened was, they asked me, hey, what did the truth do? I don't know what the truth did, you know, because he ain't told me. So I'm not going to judge him, you know, because he ain't told me. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the truth. He's spreading the gospel, man, so I'm down with that.
I mean, but what do you think about when people ask other rappers or other ministers about what happened with someone else?
It's a trap. Sometimes it's a trap. You might, you know, even though the person don't even know it's a trap, you know what I'm saying, they getting you to try to say something against somebody, especially your brother, the one that's in your arms, I'm saying, the ones that we fighting with, you know what I'm saying. So I can't slip into that. So I caught that. Like, oh, I don't know, you know what I'm saying. I just took it back to the streets. The same thing the streets, you know what I'm saying. The streets do the same thing, so I talk like the streets. Oh, I don't know what's up with them. Even if I did know, I wouldn't even told it on the chat.
Right.
On live
That's
chat.
what's up. That's what's up. All right, one last question. All right, what do you think was the best thing that came out of that that you've seen?
Out of the live chat?
The chat, yeah.
Okay, two things. One thing, Z told me, this was out of Z's mouth. He told me that it was the first time somebody prayed online on the South, on a chat. He said nobody ever did it on a live chat. So he said that was the first time. So that was a first. So I was
That's
like,
what's up.
Man, okay, that. But then I got a call the next day from out of town. Somebody called me and said they were watching the chat. I think it was in Seattle or somewhere. They called me and said they was watching the chat, and they got my number from our Facebook. So he called me and said, man, I thank God for what you said. And you know what? I've been saved for a long time, but I've been playing with God. I'm finna get real and get hard. So I was blown away by that. So big ups to the chat, man.
Any last things you want to tell anybody?
Man, I want to say put God in your life, keep God in your life, man, and stay on that straight and narrow path, man. Keep me lifted because I sin every day. I be tripping, man. Everybody, if they say they don't sin, they lying, man. From the rooter to the tutor, from the front of the church to the back of the church. We all fall short and come short of the glory of God, man. Y'all stay up, man. Be humble, and you'll have it.
This is definitely what the game's been missing. Audio future make the whole world listen. Revolution, we just gave you the message. This is definitely what the